Agriculture, the number one industry in Livingston County. The Hemlock Fair is the showcase. Cows, sheep, pigs, rabbits, cabbies, and chickens. A rooster crowing contest. Sire Stakes racing, Sheriff's Mounted Patrol competition, 4-H and open horse shows, horse pulls, and more. 4-H presentations include the most successful livestock auctions in the region. Visit the Farm Bureau stand for Farm Fresh Ice Cream. Plan your 5 days, July 16th through the 20th at hemlockfair.org. As part of our annual radio show that promotes the Hemlock Little World's Fair, which, by the way, is going to be July 16th through the 20th, Tuesday through Saturday this year. And I have, on the live line with us here, Mark Shiro. And Mark, how about telling us what your title and your position with the fair is?
Well, thanks, Bob. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. And my title at the fair this year is First Vice President. I'm also on several committees that for the functioning of the fair. There's several committees, and also for the grounds, because not only is the fair a big event, but we also host other things. So I'm on several committees to service the Hemlock Little World's Fair.
Operating those facilities out there is a big job annually, and it's a fabulous facility, one of the best in the state.
I appreciate that, but we're all volunteers, and like I said, it takes quite a few volunteers with a lot of hard work and unbelievable amount of hours that they put in, and the place does. I'll brag about it. It looks really nice. They do a hell of a job every year.
Let's talk about this year's fair. Overall, it's expanded as it tries to grow every year, but boy, there is some exciting stuff coming up this year.
Yes, there is. This year we have the Flying Melinda Group, which is it's a household name. I mean, it's a touring group of the Melindas that do the trapeze and the tightrope, and they're going to perform twice a day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 on Friday, and 3 on Saturday. So it should be quite a bit of entertainment. And like I said, the Melindas are household names.
Well, if I can just interject there real quick. By the way, these shows with the Valendas are part of the admission price.
Yes, they are. Our admission is for adults, $17 for adults. With that, it includes parking. When we say midway, it's midway rides. It's unlimited rides for the kid, anyone to purchase an admission ticket. The entertainment, which is the Melindas, we have another a exhibition of trained dog act that's going to perform every day at the fair. Our grandstand shows. Then also we have the 4-H competitions are going to be there for the judging, and then there's nightly entertainment in the festival building. There's just a ton of stuff going on. I mean, I could go on forever with the amount of entertainment you're going to get for a $17 admission.
Well, this might be the time to bring up that to get the schedules and all the details and that you need for the 5 days of the fair, go to hemlockfair.org.
Exactly.
All the information is there. Plus, on top of that, this is something that I encourage people to do, is buy the 5-day pass.
Absolutely. It's $45 for an adult. It is children 4 to 12 is $40. So there's a big savings. I mean, it's just, compared to $17 a day, if you're going to go for 5 days at $45, it's quite a deal.
Quite honestly, the fair is so big and there's so many things to see and do. And every night there's a different, from demolition derbies to the horse races on opening day.
Right.
Then there's tractor pulls, truck pulls, monster
Yeah,
truck shows.
it's our gates, the rides start at 2 in the afternoon, but the competitions for the judging, and there's a lot of activity goes on earlier. And like you mentioned, to get a full schedule of all the events, it's hemlockfair.org for a full schedule. But like I said, there's a ton of stuff to do for like a very $17. We tried to keep that $17 admission because we're a family organization. We're family driven. And when you're family driven, we try to keep the prices down. So if somebody brings 4 kids or, and 2 adults to the fair, try to make it so they can at least enjoy themselves, have a full day, they're not really put that much of a burden financially on them, so they can enjoy themselves. So it's we crunch the numbers and we do the best we can so a family can afford to come to the fair. That's been our goal forever.
Well, a weekly pass for the 5 days, when you compare what theme parks and other
Yeah,
places charge for one day, this is
exactly.
the bargain of daylight. And, they say, well, the rides at the theme park are good. Well, not really. No, Gillette comes in with a show for the Midway that
They're
there
a top.
is, yeah.
Yes, the Gillette Show is a top-notch organization. Their rides are always they're in excellent condition. They're manned with the people that run they're experienced people that operate the rides. When the Gillette started coming to Hemlock Fair 6, 7 years ago, it was a blessing for us because it put us at a better level entertainment wise for people to come in and enjoy the fair. We're so happy to have the Gillette family with us.
And the quality of their rides,
Yeah.
the maintenance of the equipment, just
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
When you compare other fairs, including, I'll bring it up, State Fair or any place else, I think you will find the Gillette Midway to be one of the best that there is on the road anywhere in the nation, and we get it at Hemlock Fair.
Yep.
One of the things, though, that we need to bring up and is a feature that sometimes we overlook. This is an agricultural fair.
Absolutely an agricultural fair. That's our our motto, our mission statement is we are to promote, display, and educate agriculture. That's what we are about. Sure, we have all the entertainment. The entertainment is so it draws people so we can expose them to agriculture. So this how the fair originally began 1857 is through horse racing. That was entertainment. People came in and watched the harness racing. Then the next thing you know, they're showing animals, implements, different seeds, so people in the agricultural business could be more productive. And next thing you know, you have a county fair, and it's the same thing today. A lot of entertainment, so you can expose the general public to agriculture. That's basically the bottom line and why these fairs exist and why the Hemlock Fair operates.
And if you live in the city or close in suburb or something like that, you're going to learn where your meals come from, where your food comes
Absolutely,
from,
yeah.
and you might even discover a new professional opportunity. I mean, the agricultural industry is worker intensive.
It's actually the agriculture in New York State is the biggest business. It's the biggest business in New York State. Is the biggest industry in New York State is agriculture. And when you look at agriculture, it's just not animals. It never stops. I mean, it's from all your vegetables, all your plants to you name it. The agriculture basically touches everybody 100 of ways every day, and people don't realize it.
Well, it is the Hemlock Little World's Fair, July 16th through the 20th. A little bit later on the show, we're going to be talking about the vendors. And then we
Oh yeah,
also have a big feature that talks about all of the grandstand events in the evening, which are huge.
it really is.
Mark Sherrill, thank you very much for joining us for the show. And we'll continue on and keep that educated.
Bob, can I add one thing, Bob?
Absolutely.
Something that's kind of dear to my heart is Tuesday opening day. That's Sire Stakes Day, and that's been my baby for. That's how I started with the Hemlock Fair. I'm going to do a live stream of the races that day, and I'm really excited about it. We've done this in the past for a few years. We had a year off. Well, we're going to try it one more time at the Hemlock Fair. Post time is 12 p.m. for the New York State Sire Stakes. And I have Arnie Rothschild, who is the CEO of the Rochester Broadway Theater League, horse owner, been around harness racing for years. We're going to co-host this show, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then there's going to be different places where you can pick up the live stream. I think you go to hemlockfair.org. You can find the link to, if you're not able to make the fair that day, click on the link and 3 hours of harness racing. I mean, it's going to be a fun day.
And along with hemlockfair.org, where you can get all the information, watch the video stream, you can also get it and make a connection with the fairracingnetwork.com.
Right. Yep.
Again,
So
thank you.
I had to get that in, Bob.
I don't blame you, and I thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it.
The Hemlock Little Orleans Fair, July 16th through the 20th, the affordable family celebration of summer. Pay one price admission includes midway rides, the Flying Valenta Family Troupe, grandstand shows, demo derbies, tractor pulls, and monster trucks. Details at hemlockfair.org. Well, for this segment of our presentation of the 2024 Hemlock Fair, I'd like to welcome Mary Jo. Mary Jo, give your full name and your title with the fair.
Hi, Bob. My name is Mary Jo Strong, and I am the vendor coordinator for the Hemlock Fair.
And you have been that for the last few years, if I recall.
7 or 8 years now, yeah.
Oh, wow, that many. Good
Yep.
grief. How many vendors do we have and the number of buildings? What's it like putting together the vendors?
So we have roughly 100 vendors each year, and we have some inside, some outside. We have 2 buildings, our Ag Expo building and our commercial hall. Both have some amazing vendors in them. So you got to definitely make sure you stop into both and check them out. They have a little bit of different things in each building.
Well, as I recall, you can get everything from your blood pressure checked to you can find things for the home. But there's just so much there, including, do we have the train display this year?
We do have the train display that is in the back of the Ag Expo building. So if you go on into the Ag Expo building as you're wandering through checking out the vendors, make sure you head all the way to the back and check out, I believe it's a 68-foot by 26-foot train display. The details in that will leave young and old in awe of the amazing little fine details all around that train display.
Oh, I know. When I go into the ag building, I will spend 20, 30 minutes. Just there's that much to see just with the train display.
There absolutely is.
And it's also offers some unique shopping. Like if you got a project for your home, obviously there are products as well as companies there that can do everything to redecorate your home. But there's also those I don't even quite how to describe it. Those vendors where you can just pick up that item that you can only find at a fair.
We have a lot of unique vendors. We have a lot of local unique vendors. Some are very talented with their crafting abilities. They can custom make some tumblers for you, koozies, handcrafted wood signs, and all sorts of home decor. And of course, we have our items like our sports items, Buffalo Bills. Everybody's huge on the Buffalo Bills. So they have knickknacks, and we have some signed Buffalo Bills photos and different things like that that you can pick up. We have kids' toys, cozy blankets, and sheet sets. We have Croc type shoes that are available, and hundreds of those little gibbets that go into the Croc shoes. We have all sorts of apparel, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, dresses. And speaking of apparel, I want to make sure that everybody knows that we have our own Hemlock Fair t-shirts that will be available in the commercial hall. We have them in sizes small through 3X, only adult sizes right now, and there is a limited quantity. So if you see one, you want to grab it, you need to do so because we only have a limited quantity. But they're awesome little shirts, something new we started a few years ago. So those are in the commercial hall.
And these are collector's items. I think that's something coming from a profession with radio stations and one thing and another. I have a dresser in one of the back bedrooms that have a collection of t-shirts from radio stations from everywhere. It's unbelievable. Fairs are the same way. I would assume the shirts change in color or design year to year,
Yep.
and these become collectibles.
They sure do. And hopefully next year we'll add some new items to that list of goods that are personalized by the Hemlock Fair. So,
Well, if I'm coming to the fair, what are some other things that you think that I should be looking for?
well, I mean, there's always the food. Food is amazing.
Yeah, fair
From
food.
tacos,
Yeah, that's for
tacos and
sure.
burritos to taffy and deep fried Oreos and peanut butter cups, blooming onions, buckets of fries, Italian sausage, pizza, fried dough, sugar waffles, loaded tater tots. We pretty much have it all. We even have slushies for the kids and wine slushies for the adults. And if you happen to come in the morning of the fair for, say, a 4-H exhibit or something, be sure to stop over to the 4-H tent and grab breakfast from them. Those kids work hard and they put on a great breakfast.
Well, and they do. In fact, I'm always there on opening day, and I'll get there because of what we have with news coverage and one thing and another. I'll get in there at 5 a.m. and you can get breakfast on
Yep.
opening day. It's incredible, which is another thing that I'd like to encourage people, especially for the vendors, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but especially Tuesday and Wednesday. The vendors have come in, they've got their biggest supply of whatever it is they're presenting. The exhibitors are fresh in one thing and another. And if you really want, coming to the fair early, if you really want something for your home and stuff like that, because I mean, we get big crowds on Tuesday and Wednesday, but it's not like it is on Friday or Saturday, or
Correct.
late in the day. So if you come like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning and spend some time walking around and taking your time, this is an excellent opportunity to talk with the vendors, make your purchases and one thing and another, and then enjoy the rest of the day at the fair. That's the reason why I would say to people, please consider getting a weekly pass, because a day pass is great. But if you want to go a second day, it's double the cost. Where for approximately the same amount, you've got this pass to get you in for all 5 days. And with the attractions we've got this year, wow, it starts with horse races on Tuesday, goes demolition derbies Tuesdays and Saturdays, truck and tractor pulls, monster truck shows, and there's truly an international act this year.
There is indeed. We have the Walendas. We have the Flying Walendas aerial troupe, led by Tino Walenda. They are a world-renowned family show that has thrilled audiences for over 200 years, and they're coming to the Hemlock Fair.
These are the
How great is
same,
that?
these are the same people that arranged for the tightrope walk across Niagara Falls.
Correct.
This is
Yep.
huge.
Yep. So, I mean, come and watch them. You're going to be amazed by the skills that they demonstrate during these shows.
And I
So, yeah,
understand there are 2 shows a day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think Thursday, and then on Friday and Saturday, they're doing 3 shows.
correct.
So you get the opportunity to see them multiple times, and boy, when you see the pictures, this is without nets. Was there anything that we should be looking for or that we haven't talked about?
Well, I mean, animals are a must at the Hemlock Fair, so make sure you stop over to Party Animals Petting Zoo and feed the animals there. We also have the Braddock Bay Raptor Research returning to the Egg Expo building, which is the same building as the train display, on Tuesdays, Thursday, and Saturday, and they'll have some of their birds in there. And then, of course, we have the Paws Animal Education booth. That's going to be there again this year. So stop by and say hello to the Newfoundlands that'll be there, the gentle giants of the dog world. Let's see, we have agricultural equipment. I mean, you are at an agricultural fair. So if you are a farmer or in that industry, feel free to stop by one of the many displays that we will have and check out the latest technology in farming equipment. While you're in that area of the fair, make sure you stop over to the sawmill. The gentlemen over there are always excited to put on a little display and show how this old-fashioned sawmill works. And then, as long as you're checking out wood stuff, you might as well check out the wood carver. He does some awesome work, and he has items available for sale. So you get to watch how he makes items, but you can also purchase the items that he has for sale around the area.
5 days of family fun, pay one price admission. I think the only thing outside of food and what you may purchase from a vendor, the pay one price admission covers everything except a monster truck ride, I believe, is $10 if you care to go on one of those, and you can understand why they charge extra for that, because not everybody wants to do it. Plus, it's a monster truck ride. They're very safe, but boy, that'll wake you up.
Yes, it will.
So come and enjoy the fair. It's July 16th through the 20th, and Mary Jo, I think we've covered about all we can. I thank you very much for joining us on the show today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
The Hemlock Little World's Fair, July 16th through the 20th. Pay one price admission includes Midway, the Flying Valenda Family Troupe, demo derbies, and more. Details at hemlockfair.org. As we continue taking a look at the 2024 Hemlock Little World's Fair, it's our privilege to bring in Jimmy Wingate, who you may recognize if you've been to any of the events of the fair, as the guy who does the announcing and directs a lot of the events that are in front of the grandstand, primarily the demolition derbies. Am I right with that, Jim?
Correct. Demolition derbies are Tuesday and Saturday night, and all the other announcers sometimes are brought in with other programs.
One of the great features of the grandstand events at the Hemlock Fair is the Sheriff's Mounted Patrol competition.
Yeah, Bob, Livingston County Sheriff and Sheriff Tom Doherty step up really large to help out Hemlock Fair. They bring in folks in canine and support and security, and they're there all the time. Wednesday, 12 o'clock, they bring on their own mounted patrol competition that invites sheriff departments from all over the country. Some from Canada even come in. And it's a large event. Test your best wares of you and your horse in all conditions, right in front of the grandstand, 12 p.m. Wednesday.
And they use flashbangs and a whole bunch of other things. It's
everything to make noise and distract the horse, just like being in a crowd situation at a carnival. And we even have mounted patrol at the fair all week too.
It's a great show.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom Doherty and Livingston County Sheriffs.
There is one act that is part of the fair this year. The Valendas, the Flying Family Troupe, they're the ones that part of the family walked across Niagara Falls on a tightrope.
There's quite a story why they do it without a net.
Oh?
The coming over from the European area, the story goes that when they got here on the ship, the rats or rodents on the ship ate the net. So they had to do the show without the net, and that's how they did it. Looking up that story is quite interesting. We're privileged to have them here this year.
One of the great attractions is what happens in front of the grandstand. So what's our schedule look like for this year?
We're going to kick off Tuesday, opening up with a demolition derby that's going to start at 7 p.m. And we're adding to the demolition derby every year, something new. So there's one year the figure 8 race was new, and we'll have that again. And the pickup heat is new one year, a few years ago. Hopefully we have that again. Stock derbies, and this year's addition is limited weld class. And that's the step above stock. And there are small compact car class and a full-size car class for Tuesday and Saturday night offered in between our regular stock derby and the features. So obviously on hemlockfair.org, look it up. Anyone that wants to enter the event can get the rules. And there's also, if there's any questions, can be done by email or old-fashioned phone numbers are there, 585-367-3370. But in the rules, there are all people to contact if you have any questions, if you want to enter this event.
And that is always an exciting Tuesday and Saturday nights with the demolition derbies are incredible. But also during the week, we have it's the truck and tractor pulls, and
well, we're gonna bump into Wednesday night first with Extreme Monster Trucks, and they're gonna kick off their show at 7 o'clock. Always a great show. Along with Monster Trucks Wednesday, all week you can get Monster Truck rides for $10 at the turn 1 and turn 2 of the horse track. Penny Saver was good enough to make our flyer, so anybody gets a hand on the flyer that has a road map of the entire fairgrounds and schedule besides hemlockfair.org. So Wednesday night is Monster Truck show, always exciting. Thursday night is New York State Tractor Pulls Association. The schedule either by NYTPA website or the hemlockfair.org website on what's coming Thursday and Friday. They turn around and come back again with a larger schedule of tractors. Going to be a good show in the lineup. Every night at the fairgrounds grandstand around 7 to 8 o'clock will be giveaway cornhole boards, and sponsored by different companies around the Livingston area that support the fair heavily. Free cornhole board giveaways. Now, the tickets have to be picked up at designated spots at the fairgrounds, in the lower beverage barn, and a vendor on the midway will be giving out tickets. The trick to this is you must be there 7 to 8 o'clock when the ticket's called. That's the only specification on the cornhole boards.
And by the
Go
way,
ahead, Bob.
yeah, by the way, something that I missed saying in my introduction is all these things outside of the monster truck ride, all these attractions that you're talking about, it's pay one price admission.
Oh, the best. Pay one price, and you can check up on the website or call. If I remember right, if you're going more than 2 days, you buy the weekly pass. The next 3 days are free.
Absolutely.
The pricing is
incredible bargain. Yeah, just an incredible bargain.
And we haven't raised the price in the past batch of years just because to keep your bang for your buck the best at Hemlock Fair.
And it is the celebration of summer that is the most affordable. So Friday night is always a big night at the fairgrounds. What's happening there?
Well, the New York State Tractor Pullers Association come back again with another batch of bigger tractors, more events, more classes. To get the exact classes that we've changed around, get on the website for hemlockfair.org or New York State Tractor Pulls Association and see where they're going around, because it's the second or third pull of the season is right at Hemlock for those people gearing up in that club. So it's quite exciting. They're getting started from sitting in the winter doing repairs.
And just the sound of those engines is one of the most amazing experiences you'll ever have.
Oh, it's tons of fun. Along with all our events, can't forget about the why the fair got started, and it has to do with horse racing. Tuesday starts off the Sire Stakes race. Without horse racing, the Hemlock Fair would not exist. That's what got the whole game going, and a lot of fairs across New York State. So that's a afternoon fun time, probably around 15, 20 some races, depends on how many show up. A good time, trotters and pacers, and big purse money on this too.
And another exciting about the horse races, which will be probably will go on the air video streaming the horse races at 11:30 on Tuesday morning. And you should come to the fairgrounds, sit in the stands, and you can hear and see a different perspective. Not only you're watching the races, but you can see them on your phone or your iPad or whatever you happen to be carrying with you. And this year, Mark Shiro will be hosting the races as he's always done. But joining him will be former horse owner and driver Artie Rothschild, and that name may be familiar to you, as he is the CEO of the Rochester Broadway Theater League that's doing the massive renovation of the auditorium center. So it opens the fair. It's part of the history of the fair. And we're kind of excited about the broadcast. It'll be on the fairracingnetwork.com. And I've got to assume hemlockfair.org, as well as other sponsor web assets. So
I'd like to throw in something else too, Bob, if we could.
Sure.
The reason why the fair is agriculture is 4-H and Farm Bureau, and there's animals being showed every day, from chickens to calves. There's a rooster crowing contest every night when you take a look at the schedule. Just fun stuff, and the 4-H has to do with youth, and that's our future. And boy, they have a lot of them over there. So I hope everybody stops and sees animals, stops at the ice cream booth, help out Farm Bureau. 4-H brags about their best animal and the best show, and the animals that win get auctioned off, and it all benefits the kids and the 4-H program. So being involved with wanting to bid on a 4-H auction item, just check it out either through 4-H or hemlockfair.org and become a bidder at the auction. Bring your wallet, open it up, and bid on the animals, because that supports our youth programs.
Is there anything we've missed as far as the grandstand shows and other features that you can think of?
Well, the only thing you're going to miss is if you don't come. 5 days of good time, just plain fun, Bob.
Jimmy Wingate, we're looking forward to seeing you in front of the grandstand with the demolition derbies and other events, and looking forward to a great fair this year.
Welcome to the Hemlock Fair. Hope to see you there.
The Hemlock Little Orleans Fair, July 16th through the 20th, the affordable family celebration of summer. Pay one price admission includes midway rides, the Flying Valenta family troupe, grandstand shows, demo derbies, tractor pulls, and monster trucks. Details at hemlockfair.org.